Okay, so it's December, it's -2 and we're dodging snow showers, but we're going to bring you this Sealine SC47 today. I've got a new iPhone 15 Pro, Dan, so the picture might be even clearer and the sound even better. So let's jump on board and have a quick tour. So before we start telling you about this lovely Sealine and where it sits in the boat's hierarchy, do you like that word? Do you like my new top? It's nice, isn't it?
Very professional.
It is very professional. Actually, I'm just thinking, I don't think I've got good socks on today. It's going to be a bit of a disappointment, but I'll get some good ones for the next video. Yeah, this is my new top.
Little 12.
But the little 12. Shall I tell you, I found one problem with it.
Go on.
It's -2. It's like made of a slightly sweaty material.
So you're too hot?
Well, no. I've got a little bit of BO, I'll be honest. I mean, how can I be hot in -2? I mean, what's going on? I mean, I know it looks a bit Essex tracksuity, but it's very warm. It's too warm. Okay, so Sealine SC47. Now, I'm going to tell you a few little tricks of the trade quickly. You've got the heating on. You can always tell how old a boat is by the size of the windows. Did you know that, Dan?
No.
The smaller the window, the older the boat. So, when they look like piss holes in the snow, you know it's an older boat. Okay, they're not too bad. They're not piss holes in the snow. They're in between. But the modern boats, oh, there's some piss holes in the snow. There you go. That's the older boat. Okay, and then as you get, what are you laughing? When you get to the newer boats, they just make the whole boat, they might as well just make the whole boat out of glass, because that's the way it's going. You're just going to drive around in a massive chandelier. Okay, so Sealine SC47, when it came out, it sold really, really well because it's absolutely huge. So let's jump on board and show you. And there's another one here, look. Is that an SC47 as well? You've got two.
And he's on board. He's
on board. But this one, the difference is you can buy this one. This one's for sale. Because we've taken this in part exchange, didn't we? Yeah. We took this in part exchange. Right, let's jump on. Okay, so the platform is massive, but it doesn't go up and down. And that's because this was built in 2011. And in 2011, the first manufacturers hadn't really thought about doing the high-low. I think it was Sunseeker that made the first high-low platform, and then everyone's kind of followed suit over the years. But in 2011, Sealine certainly didn't do it. So if you want to put a dinghy on here, you have to use like a fancy davit system, or you can have a crane, or you just put your back out, basically. But come inside, because this boat is all about the cockpit. Dad, I told you to clear all this mess up. Why is there a cup of coffee on here, son?
It's cold.
Yeah, but we're doing a video. You left the gloves here as well, look.
Yeah, cold hands.
I mean, people want to see this boat looking its best. They want to see a cup of coffee. And fagash? No, it's not you. Right, the cockpit is massive, so come on board. I don't know how many people you could seat on here, but I reckon it's like 10 or 12. Just look at the acres of space. By the way, these are the sun cushions. And it's so cold we're leaving them in here, but they go on the bow, so you've got nice sunbed as well. Now I'm 6'1", and you can see I've got plenty of height as well in here. Sealine quality. So I mentioned the hierarchy. So in the UK, the top 3 builders are, in no order, no particular order, Fairline, Princess, and Sunseeker. And people say to me, oh, well, which one's the best quality? Well, it depends which model you buy. It depends from model to model, but they're all really good. If you end up with one of those, they're your top brands. They're your kind of Aston Martin, Bentley, Rolls-Royce kind of brands. When you come to Sealine, Sealine is more of a mass market brand that used to be made in England and is now made in Germany. And they sit mid-market, but I'd say upper mid-market. So they're probably, what would you say, Dan? Is it a BMW?
I think so. Yeah.
BMW.
Yeah,
so it's kind of BMW. Have you got a BMW?
I do.
You do? I know you do.
This is a bit of me.
This is a bit of you, isn't it? This is a bit of you. So Sealine's kind of BMW. So it's not silly money, but it does the job. It's quite cool, and it does the job. So nice boat. You've got big barbecue here with fake coals, which I quite like. I've got an ice maker, which I don't like, but it does work. And I've got a fridge with a little, okay, don't know how to work that, but you've got a fridge, I'm sure it works. And you've got this lovely area here with, that's quite nice, Dan. You know, that's got a cool plate, so you can put bottles of fizz and, you know, like champagne and stuff. And lovely teak floor, and it's expensive teak flooring because you can see you've got the margins here. They've gone round and put the extra margin in, and that's probably quite a few mil thick. Works well. And down there you've also got the heating vent, which is quite nice. So the cockpit's heated, and that's why it's not too cold in here actually. So let's look at the helm. Okay, so this boat is fitted with twin Cummins 480 horsepower diesels, and it's also got Zeus drives, which are like IPS, except they're made by another company called Cummins. And the Zeus system works very well actually, I must say. So here at the helm, the first thing I've got to say, look at the size of those. I mean, my hands aren't small, but look at the size of those throttles. They're monsters, aren't they? This is your joystick. Now, let's be honest, it's a bit agricultural, but it does work well. I think the Volvo one looks a little bit sleeker. So remember, the throttles are for people who can drive the boat, and the joystick is for people who can't drive the boat. So which category are you in, Dan?
Both.
Both. Both. Depends what the wind's.
Why has it got a bow thruster as well?
And you got a bow thruster. Yeah. Now, what I love about this boat, it's got an absolutely huge shout window. It's freezing. It's absolutely freezing. Oi, get the fenders in! And look, I didn't hit my head. I've got a big head. And that works lovely. And if you come down next to me here, Dan, you'll see the visibility on this boat. Look at that, out that windscreen. Is massive. I mean, look at the size of that glass. I mean, that is absolutely huge, isn't it? And the dashboard, in fact, everything on this boat is huge. It's got huge throttles, got a huge window, it's got a huge cockpit, and it's got a humongous windscreen. So if you're a big lad, then this is the boat for you. Not windscreen, the dashboard is, everything's, I'm going to stop saying huge. I love saying huge, but it's huge. Let's go downstairs. By the way, I haven't got funky socks on today, so huge apologies. Right, this boat feels amazing, and I think it's just the space. The quality's good. It's not up there with Princess Fairline Sunseeker quality, but it's very high quality, and it's got lots and lots of space. Looking down here, Dan, we've got a dishwasher. There, little Bosch dishwasher. We've got a fridge here, which is a bit small, to be honest, for a boat this size. Oh, you can always tell if it's a good previous owner by his taste in butter. I have Lurpak. Do you use Lurpak?
Sometimes.
Be the truth. Tell the truth. No. Too posh. If you, Lurpak butter's good, but I'll tell you what I just saw. Right. I mean, what is this? Pineapple Paradise. I mean, who buys that?
A man's been on it.
Who? An older man?
An older man.
An older man. Yeah. Pineapple Paradise. I mean, who drinks that filth? Right. So fridge is a bit small, but the rest of the galley is lovely. And if you come down, Dan, the sofa area is massive too. Look at the size of the sofa. All these cushions are included in the deal. And at the end of this video, as always, I'm going to go through all the costs. And you've got all these lovely cupboards. I'm not going to open them up like Nick at Alcoholic.
What wood is this, would you say?
I would call this wood... are you trying to catch me out? I would call it light walnut. What would you call it?
Similar.
Okay, let's go forward and show you the bedrooms. Come into my boudoir. Have a look, Dan. Nice double bed, lots of cupboards. Now this is a really, really wacky design. Do you know what I'm going to show? Mm-hmm. So on the port side of the boat, you get a shower. Have a look in there. And you're thinking, where's the toilet, son, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, there isn't one. Because that's on the starboard side.
Very well thought out.
Okay. And that works well. Now, I suppose I've got to do the floss test, don't I? Everyone keeps asking about the floss test. Make sure it's not wet. Oh, this passes with flying colours. I mean, look. And there's a little door here. Jack and Jill door into the front bedroom. And you've got a curtain.
Privacy curtain.
Which says, oh, that's imaginative. It says shower. So they've really gone to town on that. It's actually... It's huge. No, it's huge. It's huge. So let's go back to the master. Now, you know the saying that you can tell an awful lot by a dog and his owner, which dog they choose. Well, also likewise, on a boat, you can tell a lot by the owner. So, we've got cherry bakewells. I quite like those. Now, this is serious. This is a man's boat. This is a man's boat. And also, I've never even seen this stuff. Meaty crisp. Have you seen meaty crisp? No. What's meaty? Either by smoky bacon or prawn cocktail. What's your favourite?
Cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion? Yeah. Oh, is that what you smell?
Yep.
Right, come into the master. Right, okay. So, the master, remember this is 47 feet. So, we've got a central master. Now, if you come in a bit more, Dan, you can see it's very functional. There's no airs and graces. The woodwork's lovely, but there's no razzmatazz. So if I owned this boat, I'd kind of give it a little bit more razzmatazz. I think I'd probably do something with that wall there, Dan. Look.
Like feature wall?
Like maybe, yeah, do something, some new fabric on that wall, jazz it up a bit. Obviously, we take all the bed linen off. It needs the bed dressing and it'll have the wow factor. But I tell you what, you can't knock this boat for space. And if you just go there, you've got a little bathroom here, which has got a shower and a toilet. Stick your head in there, Dan. It's got a shower and a toilet. So it's actually quite nice. And it does pass the floss test, I can assure you. There is a slight limit on headroom in here, Dan, as you duck under there. So I'm standing up in the tall area, and then here there's a little bit. You've got to be a little bit smaller here, son. But actually, it's a really good space. I like this boat a lot, and I'm going to tell you the costs, and they're quite attractive. Okay, so let's go into the costs of running this boat. So section 1 is buying the boat. We'll put this on the screen. Excuse me. Before we do that, Dan, look at the size of that sunroof. That's an electric, soft hardtop. And that must be 2.5 metres long by about 2 metres wide, so that's a good size. Right, this boat is up for $269,950 UK VAT paid. We own it. You'll get warranty. We love part exchanges, so we've priced it really attractively to sell. If you had to finance it, you'd have to put a deposit down of about £80,985. The finance company would advance you about £188,000. The payment per month would be about £2.5 grand, and that's based on a straight 10-year repayment with no balloon, and the APR is currently 10.73%. I'm sorry about that. I don't make the finance rates. They have slightly come down a bit, but it's about 10% APR at the moment. So your finance per annum, if you're financing it, is just over £30,000. Okay, so section 2 is fuel. So we always do 20 knots. The fuel burn is about 110 litres per hour for both engines. Diesel fuel in the UK at the moment is about £1.55 a litre. That gives you about £170 per hour. Average UK use is 50 engine hours per year, which gives you about 8.5 grand in juice. Section 3 is fixed costs. So to berth this boat on the south coast is about £10,000 per year. Servicing is more expensive than normal boats because it's got 2 pods. So you're looking at about £6,000 per year because you've got 2 pods and 2 engines and a generator. So that's 5 bits of equipment that need servicing. Other general maintenance is about £4,000 per year. You know, your anti-fouling, polishing, all that kind of stuff. Insurance is about £4,000. And that gives you a total cost of about 24 grand. Okay, section 4 is variable cost. Depreciation, let's say it's 10%. The market's all over the place at the moment. 1 week we're busy, 1 week we're quiet, and you know, stuff sells, it doesn't sell. So depreciation is 26,950 if you use 10%. The fuel from earlier is 8,525. The finance is 30 grand. So your total variable costs are £65,000. JB's measure of pleasure, section 5. Accommodation, well, I think it's pretty good. I don't think you can argue with that. So we're going to give it 8 out of 10 for accommodation. Style, well, we'll show you a picture of the outside. It's quite a good looking boat, but it's obviously not the latest design, so 7 out of 10. Fun, these boats actually you can throw them around a little bit. We're not going to go out today, but with the pods it does lean and you can have good fun. So 7 out of 10 for fun. Running costs, well, they're quite efficient, these Zeus drives, in terms of fuel, because there's more boat out of the water, so I'll give it 9 out of 10 for that. Quality is fine, it's actually very good, so we're going to give it 8 out of 10 for quality, which gives us a total score of 39 out of 50, which is 78%. And actually, that's pretty good. I would recommend this boat for first-time boaters who want to go with their family. They don't want to race around, but they want to be able to stay for a week at a time on board. There's lots of space, it's very comfortable, at the price they are now, extremely good value for money. So if you're interested in buying this boat, drop us an email and I'll see you again on the next video. Mess here. Look at the state of it.
Go away.
What? All these boxes everywhere. It looks like
positive.
Looks like Amazon.
Positivity around here, mate.
Looks like an Amazon warehouse, doesn't it, Dan?
We need positivity around here, mate.
Look.
Positivity.
Positivity.
Take your negativity outside.
Dan, look at all this.
Take your negativity outside.
Are you DPD?
DPD, isn't he? Look.
That was Pilgrim Castle.